beautiful people. Today I have my March palette ranking and we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. But first, if you're new here, I'd love to have you subscribe. If you're into beauty, fashion, fragrances, a little bit of everything I do on this channel, definitely hit that little red button. I also have socials down below if you're on Instagram or TikTok, but let's go ahead and get into it. First is something that is not in the ranking. I talked about this last month and I was gonna give it a second shot, and then when I looked at the color story of, this is from Alamar, this is the Destino palette, I don't know, like I just couldn't pull anything together and was just like, I don't know, there's just something about this palette that doesn't call to me. And I really like her formula and her other palettes, but this one's just not it. So I'm going to be adding this to my declutter pal. Soon I'm going to be doing some declutter videos because I am going to try to reduce my collection even more. Fingers crossed I do a better job this time around. But yeah, so that one's already going into that declutter pile. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with the ranking. In last place this month is the Wander Beauty Wander Sea Escape. And I'm really into Wander Beauty's formula, but I don't know if it's just because it's a mini palette or maybe it's old, but it didn't perform as beautiful as it usually does. And I was just kind of like, why am I holding on to this? So I didn't really like the look that I got from it. The shadows, like even with primer, just did not even last on my eyes, and I'm not really sure why, because I really love their formula, but this little palette I think has just gotten a little too old. Maybe it's like hitting hard pan, I'm not sure, but it wasn't working the way it used to, so I'm going to also be decluttering this one. And I didn't really like the eye look as well, so that one's also going into my declutter pile. The next like ones coming up, I feel like I really liked all the looks that I did this month with them. First up on the list is what I actually have on my eyes today, and this is Colourpop Little Ray of Sunshine. My friend Julio got this for me and I love this matte palette. It's an all matte warm tone palette. I absolutely love warm tones, and this one by Colourpop is really good quality. They blend into each other beautifully. I use 1, 2, 3, 4 shades or 5 shades, and they just blend in beautifully to each other and just look spectacular. So love, and we'll be keeping that one. Next we have Master Palette by Mario from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I actually thought when I used this that it was gonna rank higher because I remember loving this palette. But overall it's a beautiful everyday neutral palette. The formula is really beautiful. I feel like Makeup by Mario, he always uses this type of style of shades, and this is just very classic everyday, and you can just do like really beautiful brown smoky eyes with this. He even added like a blue and a green in here, but overall it's a neutral, very neutral everyday wearable palette. And I used some of the gold with some of the warm tones in here, like the browner tones, and I like the look that I came up with it, but I was surprised that I didn't rank it higher, and I will be keeping it for now, and it still works beautifully. So really nice. Next is a combination. I use the Viseart palette. These are all mattes. This one, I love the Viseart palettes. They're really great mattes. They blend beautifully. But I don't know why I don't really reach for them a lot, because it's hard to use just like all mattes unless you have a color scheme like this. And these are basically transition shades, a lot of them. And I paired this with the Frost eyeshadow in TUTU Good from MAC Cosmetics. This shade is very beautifully done. It's a duochrome, but it's like a, let me see if you guys can see this on my hand. It's like a gold to like reddish pink looking duochrome. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the way this look came out. And I used a few of these shades for the transition and then use this. These palettes are really good like if you own a lot of single eyeshadows or like shimmer shadows, and then you have a good transition palette as well. So I'm gonna continue having it in my collection. But I'm trying to really bring down my collection. Next is the Laura Geller Candy Cravings. This came in the BoxyCharm last month. I don't really care for this style of palette. I said this in the video because of these powder, like I don't like face makeup mixed in with eyeshadows. It's just my personal preference. So I would have preferred this like this. It's basically a neutral palette. The eyeshadow quality is very, very beautiful. To the point that I was gonna give it to my mom, and then now I'm like, oh, do I want to keep it? Like, it's so pretty, but I do have way too much in my collection, so I'm going to be giving it away. This time around, I did a purple look with the purples and neutrals in here, and I feel like it turned out beautiful. I really, really like a lot of the looks that I did this month, and this palette is absolutely stunning. I did say this in the BoxyCharm video. I do feel like the packaging doesn't correlate with what's inside, because when I first got this in BoxyCharm, I thought it was going to be like a beautiful pastel, beautiful spring palette, and then I opened it and it's just neutral. Next, we have something that might surprise a lot of you guys, but this is by SailorMoon and Colourpop. This is the next one on my list. I love, love, love this palette. It's very, very fun, very beautiful. I love Colourpop's collaborations. Now I kind of wait for them to go on sale. I feel like every single brand goes on sale immediately or like a few weeks later. So I don't really feel like I have that FOMO anymore of like that fear of missing out, because I feel like they're always restocking stuff that's always going to be there. Nothing really sells out anymore. Everything goes on sale, so I'd rather just wait it out. But this was a collection that I want to say I bought exactly when it came out and was like, oh my god, I need it. And this is beautiful. It's a fun spring palette. I use the coral in here. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I love, love this palette. It's gotten a lot of love from me, so really, really beautiful. The only shade that's kind of hard is this one right here. It's called Mare Serenatius. I need to rewatch Sailor Moon. I used to watch Sailor Moon in high school, but to be honest, my memory, like, I don't remember a lot of the stuff. But this shade is supposed to be, if I'm not mistaken, a Super Shock, and it's dried out, but all the other shades work beautifully still. So I'm going to be keeping this baby. Next, the second place winner is something that I hadn't played with in a long, long time and was like, oh god, I don't even know if this is so good. But it is the Too Faced Chocolate Gold. And I used to own every single Too Faced chocolate palette, and I went on decluttering them as they got old. This one is still in pretty good condition. Some of the shadows might, I don't know, some of the edge of the shadows look a little funky, but then when I swatch them, they're still so creamy and beautiful. And I kind of miss Too Faced doing like more funner shadows and like varieties of the chocolate ones and stuff like that. I feel like they kind of got into the same, like they use the same color story but just different packaging each year. I don't know if it's just me, but these still somewhat smell like chocolate. I'm going to at least use it one more year this year, and then I'll probably declutter it. But this is if you're into metallics. I don't know if this palette is still around, but these are gorgeous, gorgeous shimmers and metallics, and you only have like basically a few transition shades. You have this ivory shade, a mid-tone, a dark brown, and a black. Everything else is a very, very metallic shimmer. So this is something that you might have to pull out other transition shades if you want to have like other varieties of looks with the other fun colors like the pink, the purple, the green, but very, very beautiful palette. So I'm going to at least use it another year. Once the chocolate smell kind of goes away, I think I'm going to declutter it, because that's an indication that it's old. But I really, really love the metallic in there and how beautiful the look came out. And then in first place, this is gonna sound really weird because it's another affordable one, Colourpop My Little Pony. If you guys know me, I'm very nostalgic. I love all kinds of Disney things, and I also love 90s and 80s things. And I was born in the early 80s, lived through watching cartoons in the late 80s to the 90s, and My Little Pony was a jam back then, okay? Like the original ones. And this palette is so freaking cute. We have all the little My Little Ponies, and a lot of the names are the ponies' names, like Butterscotch, Applejack, Minty, Bluebell. So they're super, super cute. And the color story is very, very beautiful. If you know me, I am a purple girly, purple all thing. Like literally like I have so much stuff that's purple, it's not even funny. I love purples. I've just kind of accepted. White has always been one of my favorite colors, but I feel like purple is like right there next to it because I have finally just admitted that I love purple. And then aside from that, I love BTS, so it just kind of brought it all together. But love this palette, love the look that came out from this. Very, very beautiful, and that was my top pick. I have been eyeing some of Colourpop's newer stuff, but I've been kind of waiting. They did a collaboration with Toy Story. They also did like New Moon from Twilight, but I'm kind of just waiting for a really, really good sale. But overall, I feel like their palettes, if you see a lot of my ranking videos, they really rank high. Even though they are affordable, I feel like they really blend out beautiful. Even today, I have those yellows and browns, and they blend out very beautiful, and they're super affordable, and they go on sale all the time. So they're even more cheaper. So really, really highly recommend them. Let me know what palettes you use this month. I'm trying to do better about doing more palettes. Like this month, I think I only used maybe like 9 different ones. But especially my days off, I'm trying to get into the habit of starting to do my makeup more. A lot of times I feel like I'm very lazy my days off because I'm cleaning and doing stuff around the house, and I really want to get into using more of that makeup so I can do more looks, and also maybe some more content on you know, like shorts here, reels, TikToks, you know, like those short form videos as well. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the love and support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.